Let me tell you about a couple, see if this sounds familiar. Call them Emma and Noah. Emma is in marketing, earning $63,000 yearly. Noah works in IT at $72,000. Combined household income, $135,000, more than their grandparents could have imagined, landing them in the top 25% of American households. They should be thriving, feeling financially secure. Instead, they're feeling broke. Why? I will explain this, and at the end of the video, I will tell you how to avoid it. You expect that they're building wealth and maxing 401s, but in reality, months in brings stress. They live paycheck to paycheck, or close enough. Maybe 2 months of expenses saved, generously estimated. Then something horrible happened. Their dog needed the vet last month. Guess what? It hit the credit card. Both work full-time, overtime when possible, just to stay afloat. They're exhausted, barely connecting during the week beyond a few worn-out hours on the couch. Here's what haunts me. They did everything right. Degrees, careers, marriage, combined finances, house in a solid school district, followed society's exact blueprint. So why does it feel like drowning? Why does 6 figures feel so fragile? If you've ever stared at your combined income thinking, we make too much to feel this broke, this video will make things click. And by the end, you'll understand how to escape it. The idea we grew up with is simple. 2 paychecks beat 1. Makes sense, right? If one person earning $50,000 supports a family, then 2 each making $50,000 should cover expenses and bank the extra $50,000 for savings, investments, wealth building. Basic math. Except it didn't work that way. What unfolded is one of modern America's biggest financial deceptions, and nobody talks about it. It even has a name, the 2-income trap. Elizabeth Warren coined it in 2003 while still a Harvard bankruptcy law professor, years before politics. She and her daughter Amelia Warren Tyagi published a book after analyzing over 2,000 families who'd filed for bankruptcy. Their findings were shocking. A second income didn't strengthen families financially, it made them more vulnerable. Dual income households filed for bankruptcy at higher rates than single income families. Let that sink in. You work harder than previous generations, 2 paychecks instead of 1, following every piece of conventional economic wisdom, yet you're at greater risk of losing everything. This isn't about poor decisions or bad money habits. It's a structural trap, and you're likely already in it. A $200,000 home in $1970 now costs over $400,000. Housing has doubled against inflation. Healthcare is up 600% since 1970. Childcare, negligible when one parent stayed home, now runs $11,000 per child yearly, $20,000 to $30,000 in expensive cities. College costs jumped 200% since 1980. So dual income households don't have twice the security of their single income predecessors. They have less. Fixed costs expanded to swallow both paychecks, burning the safety net just covering basics. Maybe you're thinking, not us, we're smart with money. Perhaps, but let me show you where that second income goes. One partner earns $70,000, the other $50,000. Combined, $120,000. What happens to that $50,000? Taxes first. Progressive brackets stack the second income on top at higher rates. Federal, state, payroll deductions hit 30 to 35%. Your $50,000 becomes $32,000 to $35,000 take home. Kids need childcare. $15,000 per child annually. 2 kids, $30,000 gone before you leave the house. That $50,000 is now $5,000. 2 workers mean 2 commutes. Gas, maintenance, depreciation total $5,000 yearly. Add parking and a second car, you're at $8,000. That $50,000 just went negative. Exhaustion spending follows. Burnt-out parents outsource what a stay-at-home spouse would handle: cleaning, lawn care, takeout, delivery. Dual income families spend $5,000 to $10,000 more yearly. Final math. $50,000 minus $18,000 taxes minus $15,000 childcare minus $8,000 commuting minus $7,000 convenience equals $2,000. Not a typo. That $50,000 salary nets $2,000 yearly, roughly $8 per workday, about $1 an hour. Here's the trap. You see $120,000 on your tax return and feel secure. So you buy the house, take the car payments, sign the $400,000 mortgage the bank approves. Technically affordable, until it isn't. Until someone gets sick, laid off, burned out, or needs to care for family. The 1970s single-income family had backup. If the breadwinner lost work, the at-home parent could find a job. Real security. Today's dual-income family already used that card. Both salaries committed, nothing in reserve. If one income disappears, fixed costs can't be covered. They were built for 2 paychecks. That's why Warren found higher bankruptcy rates among dual-income households. Not irresponsibility. Zero margin. Running at capacity with no buffer, like an engine without oil. A 2019 Federal Reserve study. 40% of Americans couldn't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing. Many in dual-income homes looking stable on paper. Not broke from low earnings. Spending simply consumed every dollar. And those expenses weren't luxuries, not boats or vacations. Housing, childcare, healthcare, education, unavoidable middle-class costs. Housing proves it. Single income era, prices matched one salary. Dual income became standard. Buyers had double the power. Prices surged. 2 incomes went from advantage to requirement. You need both for what one used to buy. An arms race nobody won. Education followed. Good schools cluster in expensive areas funded by property taxes. Families outbid each other. Warren's bidding war for educational access. Quality public school entry jumped from a $200,000 mortgage to $400,000. Once signed, both incomes locked forever. No escape. So what do? You're thinking, we need both incomes. I know. That's how the trap feels from inside. Here's the way out. Treat the second income as temporary, even when it isn't. Most families do the opposite. Plan around both salaries as permanent. Max out what 2 incomes support. Lock themselves in until stopping becomes impossible. The alternative? The 1 income foundation. Structure fixed monthly costs so one salary covers them. The second income becomes discretionary. Savings, investments, debt payoff. You could survive without it. Not easily, but without losing the house or filing bankruptcy. With breathing room, most dual-income families surrendered. In practice, earning $120,000? Take a mortgage size for $60,000, not $100,000. 1 car payment instead of 2. A solid neighborhood, not the most prestigious you qualify for. Buy what 1 income handles and bank the difference. That second paycheck builds real wealth. Emergency fund, then retirement, then investments. Every dollar buys optionality. Freedom to step back when life demands it. Absorb a crisis. Choose based on what you want instead of what the mortgage dictates. Short term, you sacrifice. Skip houses you could afford. Resist pressure to spend at your income level. But within 5 to 10 years, compounding changes everything. Those investments generate their own returns. You get what dual incomes were supposed to deliver: genuine financial security. Not the illusion, the kind where one job loss doesn't mean disaster. The 2-income trap isn't about income, it's about flexibility, margin. Our grandparents on 1 paycheck could absorb shocks, pivot when needed, have one partner focus on family without collapse. We traded that resilience for bigger houses, newer cars, the appearance of success. But appearances aren't wealth. Cash flow isn't security. 2 incomes aren't better if both vanish before they land. Families building real wealth aren't always top earners. They're the ones who guarded flexibility, refused to inflate lifestyle with every raise, kept their backup plan in reserve instead of deploying it to match the neighbors. You can outwork many financial problems, but you can't outwork a trap you don't see. Now you do.